Good morning. So today I'm going to make a card, pretty easy card. I don't have a lot of measurements out and things like that, but it has just a little something extra, and I thought it was kind of cool. So um, I find myself, unfortunately, in need of some sympathy cards. So I had gotten this set, and I thought I would make a couple of sympathy cards today. So I didn't make the one ahead of time because I wanted you. Um, so I'm using the this paper again that was in softly stippled. That's one of the celebration items that's for free. And this paper that I'm going to use was kind of cool because it had like this rose pattern on one side and just like a burlap kind of a pattern on the other. So I'm going to make a sympathy card. I couldn't decide which side to use, so I'm going to make one of each. So this is the color is the pebbled path. So I'm going to stamp, and I wanted to stamp this image. Now you can use this, of course, with any kind of a good size image that you have. Sit this in here. I don't like using the corners. I have a little bit of trouble getting it to stay well when I do that, but I'm afraid to actually, let me put this way down here. I'm afraid to not use my stamp positioner because this is such a solid stamp. I want to make sure that I get a good image. So that'll work. All right, and I'm going to do it twice. Actually, maybe I'll do the Calypso Coral first, since that's the lighter of the two. I sure can't see when you're you're putting the coral ink on top of the kind of pinky rubber. It's hard to see if it's inked well or not, but we're going to find out here pretty quick. Okay, give it a good press. There, that came out nice. Okay, let me just clean that off, and I'll do it again with the pebbled path was the other side. Take this out. And this piece, just in case you're wondering, of course you would measure for your own piece, but this piece is 2.5 by 3. I just measured the size of the stamp and then cut a piece of white that was going to be larger than that. You see on here, you can really see how it inks up. It's hard to see on the other one. Okay, close this. Okay. Again, give it a good press. I really, I do pretty good on stamps, just regular stamps, but when you get a large one like this, and that is too dark, I think. This was a very juicy pad. I wonder if I think the other side would be too light. Might have to adjust. That came out way dark. Just going to see if I can stamp it the second time. And that's too light. Okay, we're going to try it again. This is too dark. I may just have to shift colors. And you know what else I will do is just not stamp so hard. That's better. Okay, that's better. Give me a little press right there. All right. That might work. Okay. Like I say, it's the first time I'm using this, so this was new for me. Put that out of the way. Okay, so then I thought for the Calypso Coral card, I would go ahead and use a Calypso Coral background because that will be light enough on the inside to still be able to stamp something on it. And then I'll add the designer paper to the front. I love these papers that have like this textile print on them. They look very very real, like you want to touch them. All right, so I got that one. Move these out of the way. And the pebbled path, I thought that would be too dark for me. I could still, of course, you can still put a piece of white on the inside, but I didn't want to have to add an extra layer on the inside. So this one, I'm just using the thick wisp of white. Because you know that the white, basic white is a little, I should say thick basic white. The white is a little bit thinner, so if you're going to use it for your card base, you want to use the thick. All right, so now I'm going to do this like we normally would. And again, this was 2.5 by 3. So this piece is 2 3/4 by 3 1/4, just 1/4 inch larger. Okay, do this one. Again, 2.5 by 3. And then 2 3/4 by 3 1/4. All right, and so normally then we would just mount this on here, and then I'm going to add some words across here. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with this. You could put a ribbon across there. You could put a piece of cardstock like this across there. There's a lot of things that you could do. But look what happens when you mat it again with the white. Doesn't that really make it pop? I just thought that was really neat, and I've never done that extra mat before on my cards, but I really thought that it added something. So again, we just went 1/4 inch larger. So this white piece is 3 1/2 by 3. Okay, so now see when I put that on, I'm just making that double mat. Wow, what a difference, I think. And I didn't see anybody doing it or anything. I just saw one card somewhere and I said, wow. And it was actually using this set. Okay, so then I'm just going to mount that here. Like I said, I'm kind of making not a very involved card or anything. It's just this extra white mat that I wanted to highlight today. Because you could do that with literally any card that you make. Okay. All right, and then I was going to stamp some words. Let's see. So I had quite a few. I think I will do, to remember is to give life to those we've loved and lost. I think that's really nice. I'm just going to try to stamp that one. And I'll stamp it once in the Pebbled Path and once in the Calypso Coral. That one came out pretty straight. I like this little rag that came along. I mean, I use my chamois still because that's my favorite, but that's like just a thin chamois. It's just nice to be able to bring it to you. There we go. Okay. And I'll stamp something on the inside too, but I am just going to cut these I have my scissors right here. There's a pair. Now, you could take just about any punch that you have and, uh, make the ends more decorative. Thought I was going to do that on this one too. I just thought it would. You don't have to. You can absolutely leave these square. Might have even could have gone a little bit. I'll make one of each. Could have gone a little bit closer to the words. But I hate it when I get it too close and then you don't have room to do the print. There we go. Okay, so on this, I'm just going to, like I said, I didn't put the piece behind it or anything, and I think I might pop these up. You could, sponge some color around the edge if you wanted to. There's any number of things you can do to dress the card up a little bit. I think the picture came out better in coral than it did in the pebbled path, so note to self to not use the darkest color on that. I think I've seen it done a lot in blues and greens, and those always come out nice. There we go. All right, so there you go. And just using, I'm going to stamp some words on stuff on the inside too, and do my envelopes. And hopefully I don't need another sympathy card for a little while, but I'll have them ready if I do. But just, add that extra white and just look how that makes that pop. So I hope you might try this and that you have a great day. Bye.